Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to the ABC Scrappy Challenge for the letter B, which is boys, butterflies, and balloons. So basically the idea is to scrapbook the males in your family, however it may be, and then use a neutral or a girly themed product to create your boy layout. It's just a different type of challenge and just to get just to get your creativity going. It did not have to be like that. If you don't scrap like that, it's fine. Just create a boy layout that works for you. I have no rules to this. It's all for fun and what works for you. But my plan for here, before I get you on fast forward and so you can see this, is I have this photo of my son blowing out his birthday candles. This was, I think he turned 4, so 2, and he just turned 6. He just turned 6, so 2 years ago. Oh my goodness. And so he has this. This is probably the last photo I need to scrap from that day. And I wanted it to be balloon themed. So my plan here is to go, I had this, I've already created a layout using the actual cut files. I created it for my daughter. Maybe I'll pop it up there so you can see it. And this I had left over. And I'm not sure why I sprayed it teal. I can't remember, but this was just hanging out. And back in my mind, I'm thinking this would look really cool if I did the stitching and then added some sequins in a couple of them and then backed the other ones with some pattern paper. So that is going to be my plan. I just wanted to tell you before I get going that if because I am part of the Squeak on Scraps team, I am going to be using this sorting hat. I don't believe it's available in the shop anymore, but I do know that Tweaky Teal still is. It would be another really good option. But the goal here is to show you that you can use something like sequins that a lot of people kind of relate to as a girly product that you would use on a girl layout, more so than a boy. I don't do that, and there's tons of layouts I have sequins on for boys. But if you just pick something that's a boy-y color, and I'm doing air quotes because it doesn't matter, do what you want, but if you have picky children that want their colors to match their personality and their personality is very all boyish, find one that has a nice mix of greens and blues, or one with reds and oranges and whatever works that you can find. There's tons of options in the shop, but that is how you can help to make a neutral theme lean farther into one way or the other. So that is my plan. This is my photo. This is what I'm working with. I'm going to go ahead and create my punch my holes and do my stitching and with the sequence. I'm going to do that before I go into fast forward for you because you've seen me do it before and it takes quite a while, so I need to get going with that right away, and then I'll get on fast forward so you can see my layout. Okay, so I'm just gonna wrap up this layout for you guys. Sorry, I did try to turn it into a process video. It didn't happen. It's just been one of those times. But I had a lot of fun creating it once I figured out what I wanted to do. So I showed you the balloons earlier. You saw that. So I went ahead and I stitched them. I made a couple sequence pockets. It's very, very easy. There's multiple ways to make pockets. I simply just used any type of plastic. So for example, like this, you place it on the inside. I wanted there to be white as the backing. You could use any type of pattern paper, and you do that. And the way I do it is because I stitch them in is so I will start from like here. I'll stitch the entire thing, stop here so that there's a gap, slide my sequins in there, and then finish my stitching. And that makes the pocket when you're doing it for stitching. So I went ahead and did that. I backed the other ones with some pattern paper. I then went in and grabbed my Hooray collection from Crate Paper to add the embellishments here. So this little Project Life card and the tag and the 2 extra balloons and this Treat Yourself that I forgot to trim off here. And I laid it all out and I thought it was a little too simple. So I did a couple things. I trimmed here so I could add the pattern paper, as you can see there. I also did my little wonky corner there to add the other pattern paper to tie everything in together, and traced it with a black pen. Now when I went to do that, I made 2 little, like I was going too fast. And so I put a slice with my pen here and there, and I had to cover that up. simply added this treat yourself, and I did this little arrow here to hide my mistakes. Still wasn't completely satisfied with it. I lifted everything up and did some blue misting because there's blue within everything else. So I just used my Frostbite, which I am also out of. So this is like my version of the pink one that I use so much. I use this Frostbite all the time as well. It's a really nice subtle blue. So I went ahead and used that in the background, placed everything back down, added this little bit of pattern paper from, I do believe it is Pink Fresh Studio. So I used both sides. I used the green in the back, and then the back has this black, and I used a bit of that as well. I layered it, you can barely see it, but I layered them on top of each other, and with my photo with some tissue paper, and then embellished with some of these fun little foam enamel type things that came in a Thickers pack with a bunch of random made words, and then added my title that again highlights the colors I chose, so blue and green, and then the black highlights the black. So it works really well. This is a very good example of how you can use something that you might consider a little bit more girly, like sequence, into a boy layout without it reading girly whatsoever, because it just looks like really fun balloons. Super easy way to incorporate things like that. It's also easy to highlight a very neutral palette like this and it colors with the green and the blue and the yellow. I gravitate towards those colors to Scrap My Boys anyways, but it's very easy to just, within a collection that has a neutral tone to it, not boy or girl, to just pick out the colors that lean a little bit farther to boy looking, and then add little pops of colors that you wouldn't expect. Like I have some pink popped throughout there. You don't notice it, it's very subtle, but it's there, and it doesn't take away from the layout at all. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry it wasn't a process video. I'm sorry it's up late because we're already into C. I will have the first video for collections up early this week, and thanks everyone so much for watching. Bye.